Welcome to On Writing with Onkarabile, the show that is aiming to promote reading and writing in our communities. We seek to restore the pride and dignity of Africans through the power of reading and writing. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome Collen Vinjwa today, who is going to share more on how they promote reading as film producers and directors. Mr. Stay, thank you so much, sir, for coming.
Man. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it is a pleasure. It's been a long time coming, eh? I've been trying to be on the show.
Yes, finally.
But finally I'm here. And
No, thank you so much. You know, I always like when you explain, who you are in detail, but very short. Please, can you do that for us? Just okay. Your journey in film and, directing and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Collen Vinjwa. Yeah, born and bred in Katlehong, in the East Rand. And I'm as you said, like I'm a filmmaker, I'm a TV director, producer, I write, script writer. I do almost everything in film and on TV. Like I'm currently doing some TV shows for SABC 1. I'm also doing some shows for Mzansi Magic. So basically that's me. Yeah.
And you act sometimes.
I act. I think the acting part is a calling, because I would have calls. I would have people calling me, hey, we have this part and we thought of you, come and do this part. So I do act, and I believe that I'm good at it. Yeah, because of, as a director, you already know what is needed, from an actor. So exactly. Me acting, like it's me knowing exactly like what I should deliver, and like everything else that needs to happen when I'm portraying a character. So sometimes I do that.
That's great. So tell me something. Most of us, when we talk about reading and writing, we are thinking of books. Not knowing that there is a way of promoting reading and writing in another angle, especially at your work. I mean, you spoke about script writing, that you're a script writer. Let's talk about that. How do you, as a film producer, as a film director, promote reading and writing when it comes to script reading?
Yeah, I think there is this initiative that I've witnessed recently, like where people are kind of adapting books into film. There is that project that's going on, and I believe that it is an interesting one on the terms of it encouraging you have to read the book or understand the book before you can adapt it into a film. So I think with our industry it is like that, because remember, with writing you need to be able to read. Right. So for example, now we have this project that I'm doing with Ekurhuleni Municipality. I'm part of Ekurhuleni Municipality. We're doing film and multimedia program where we're teaching people out there, young people out there, to the importance of reading, the importance of knowing how to write, because I believe the two goes hand in hand.
Definitely.
Yeah, you need to understand both for you to be able to achieve the writing part, So with us, it has to come with in terms of adaptations. It is easy when you have to adapt something. It can be a newspaper article, it can be a thought, it can be a book, it can be a vision, it can be something that you had. But when you bring it down into writing, so people are encouraged in that manner to understand the importance of you reading and understanding, So I think that is how the film industry is embracing that element of reading and writing, because now they take something that is there and they bring it into life. So I think that's how it is kind of approached.
It's a great initiative. Actually, it's a great initiative. So do you normally encourage upcoming actors the importance, because as I've said, we normally see it in an angle of reading a book, not realizing that as an actor, before you act you need to read.
Yeah, that's correct.
So how do you normally encourage upcoming actors the importance of actually reading a script, understanding the script. How do you do it in your workshops?
Yeah, okay. With that one, like it has to go to the issue of remember with acting, you have to read and memorize your lines. You know, you can't be always going back to the script. Let me see what this line says. You know, you have to understand and memorize. So reading helps that. And even in delivery, like when you have to deliver your lines and stuff, like there are other words you need to understand how to pronounce. You need to know how to pronounce ament, you know. So like reading helps you in that regard. And most scripts are in English. Like we believe that reading in English enhances like your chances of being able to read even other. It could be your language, even other languages. Like you know, I grew up in a township, so when we went to school, we were reading books in English. I was doing Vernac, obviously, which was Xhosa, you know, like I was doing Xhosa as my vernacular language, but like there was also English and Afrikaans, but we were reading mostly in English. It made it easy for us to kind of like open up to reading even other languages and all those things. So like when you read as an actor, the most important thing that they know, that they get told, is that read as much as possible. Read to understand. Read that you can comprehend what is said. Like when you read, you know, more especially with acting, that you mentioned acting. Like when you read, you must also be able to anticipate the next line or the next character. What are they going to say? If you're saying like your line says, hello, how are you? You need to besides you reading their line, you need to know that should be their response.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You can already like tell that, okay, they're gonna say this and I'm gonna say this. Okay, I will try and improvise in this manner or in this way. So yeah, that is how they would be like told. And we like it that whoever gets into the industry, they already know the importance of reading. They already know that I can't be an actor who can't read. Exactly. I'll be giving scripts here, you know. I'll be reading screenplays, you know. So like I need to know and understand reading, and I can't just read to finish, because there is also that reading where you read to finish. What page are you on? I'm on page 60. Okay, what is the book talking about? You don't know. What is the script talking about? You don't know. Like you need to read to understand and know. Yeah.
So you cannot really afford not to read to understand when it comes to acting, because as you are saying, you need to know that character, what the character is saying. And most, I think, the challenges you have said is that you also need to know what the next person is going to say.
Yes.
You know, so it means you also have to read their script. So as much as you are not going to maybe memorize their script, but you need to know what they're going to say, because imagine I'm saying then you are saying at the same time. So it means now we don't have a break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It shows that you didn't understand the script actually.
Yeah, no. That's sorry. That's dangerous. And you can't be reading to finish. Reading because like there is a 20-page script, so you need to finish that script.
Exactly.
You need to understand, and you need to like also tap into the other character's mind or voice. You know, to say I understand if this person. Or there's another thing that's called there's what we call a 3-second rule, you know, in terms of like when you deliver your lines, I have to count to 3 seconds, you know, like before I talk. If more especially like that happened in improvisation, you know, when you improvise, you don't know if this person is finished or what, or they're taking a breather, you know, and then you wanna jump in and then you talk at the same time. So we apply that rule like where you have to give 3 seconds before you can respond. Because remember with acting, like it's not like mostly it's not live, you know, it's pre-recorded where you can go to editing, and then those like on offline editing, they can be cutting those parts and then, you know, and then just like put this thing together for preparing it for online editing. So like we would have those moments where you can say something and then I give you that 3 seconds. I have to count on my mind, you know. Oh, it's done. No. As you were saying that, I realized, you know, like I'm responding, and then like even and mostly other people would should I use cram your last words, or after he says down, then I know that I have to talk, you know. So like they would be like going through the script and then cramming your last words, or if I hear this word, I know it's my cue to talk. You know, other people would use the body language that if I do this, you know, if I talk and do this, then like it all depends on how long have you been working together with that person. Is this the first time you are with this person on set? Is it the first time you are working on the script with this person? Do you understand the person? You don't. If like, you know, all those things comes with experience and the time spent on set with those particular people, you know. Yeah.
You know, when you get into this industry of acting, film, you know, most of the time when you are casted as an extra, you will never know how hard it is, you know, for actors to actually bring their characters to life. You know, the process that it took them to read and to memorize, as you have said. It seems like it's an easy thing when you look at TV and say, yeah, this thing is an easy thing, I can do this, you know. But when you, as you have said, when you are given a 20-page script, you don't realize that this is work, you know. Yeah. You really have to take time and effort to read and memorize that. But I want to ask you this question, you know. I once attended a workshop, an acting workshop.
Okay.
And most of the questions that we asked there was the issue of not sticking to a script, you know. Most of us, we ask the person who was hosting the workshop that, is it allowed that I can put my own weight on the script that I've been given?
Yeah, I think I'll answer that as an actor and as a director. Okay. Yeah, let me start with me as a director. Like as a director, like I would allow you. You know why? Because it brings your creativity. Remember, as an actor, you're selling yourself. You're a product. So you're selling yourself. So now if I'm limiting you into selling yourself the best that you can be. The script says just frown, you know, but it doesn't say how. So I would expect you to frown in the best way you know how, you know. So like if your frowning comes with say that. You know, it's not on the script, but say it. Like, bring your creativity, bring your knowledge, bring your experience from wherever you've gotten that experience from, you know. Like, I think, like, I would allow that, and I allow that, actually. But as an actor, I think it is allowed. Because there is what we call, like, as I mentioned earlier, like improv acting, like, you know, where you just have to stick to the storyline. Stick to the storyline. They can't be talking about Mercedes-Benz and then you come and talk about Toyota Tez. Stick to that, but say it in the best way that will also not kind of like disturb the lines of the next actor. You know, because like now they're waiting to hear the words that they read on the script. Now they are all not there, and then there's not even a clue what you're talking about. You know, at least like stick to the storyline. If the storyline talks about you leaving the house, closing the door, actually banging the door, and then looking back, do that. You know, I will bang this door and I will look back. You know, those are your lines. If you don't want to say it in that way, don't say it in that way, but make sure that, like, you know, you know, when I'm angry, I close the door and I bang it, and I would definitely look back. You know, like you stuck to the storyline, but you put in your words. Unlike you just talking about something else, talking about Kaizer Chiefs, when they're talking about cars, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, as you are saying, maybe it depends on the director.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Because one of the things that the host said is that there is another director who is very strict when it comes to that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to add anything. Because I remember I asked a question of saying, I made example. I'm saying, if the script says, you know, close the door, right? And then I decide to say, okay, on your way out, close the door. You know, it's still the same thing, but I've said it in a different way. Am I allowed? You know, the host said no, you're not allowed. You know, and then he spoke something about sometimes the camera, the person who is behind the camera, it has a certain timeline that he knows that, you know, and certain angle that when you say close the door already, because the person knows the script, the camera knows the script, the cameraman knows the script, already he has focused on that close the door. So if I'm saying, okay, close the door behind you, I've already put some weights that will extend the timing. You know, so according to him, it's not really advisable for one to not to stick on script. You know, and the other thing is that people who write script, they want their ways to be to come to life. You know, you write because you want people to read your script. So if someone decides to say their own thing, then what is the purpose of me writing a script? I don't know what you say about that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely about a person, right? Because what you're saying is true. What the guy said is true, actually. Like, there are other directors like that. So now it is no longer about the craft. It is about you as a person. Do you want to impose your position on everyone else? They must feel that you are the main man here. You call the shots. Do you want to work as a team? Do you want to be a team player? Do you want to give other people like opportunities and chances, or do you want everything to be about you? So I think it is really, like that guy was telling the truth. It is about the person. As I'm saying, like you go to. You've been on set, man. Like, you've been on set. You've been on these drama sets. Like, it is hard to stick to the script.
It is.
It is hard to stick to the script. Like, I think, Sev, even the known actors, people that you know, they've been acting for years.
Yes.
I know guys that don't stick to the script. They get told, they've got assistants who tell them, okay, this story is about, these are your lines. They will read their lines to them. They're busy with their things, smoking, you know, they're reading their lines to them. They're just grabbing whatever the context of the scene is. And then they never even say a single line to that, you know. So do you want to go around firing people for being creative? This person has been in the industry for the past 20 years. You have 3 years as a director. You are a newbie in the industry, and then you want to tell that person that for the past 20 years is not been doing it right, you know. So it is about the person. Other people, I've seen people walk onto the set, and they walk like they own the world, you know. They want everyone to feel them, like, and I've worked with guys that you won't even know that is a director until now the AD is calling like everyone into attention, you know. And then, like, you hear this guy saying, you hear this guy doing what we call blocking, you know, saying, okay, you will come through that door, and then you come through that door, you'll walk to up to this position, and you're like, okay, this is actually the director. This guy is doing blocking, you know. So, like, there are those guys, and you would let people say their minds. Others are like that. I don't know why, but I think it depends with the personality, man, because there's nowhere in film school where they say, as a director, you have to do this. Yes, you have to have that authority, because remember, you have to be accountable for everything that happens. If that thing fails, if that line that I come with creatively so fails, you have failed, and I will never be called to answer. You will be called to answer as a director. You know, the executive producer will be calling you to say, bro, what happened here? The script didn't say this. Why did you allow this? So now, as a director, you have to be like here and see that this one works, this one won't work.
So tell me, as an upcoming actor, how safe it is to bring my creativity? Because, you know, you've explained it very well that as much as the script is there, but I'm a different person. I have my own creativity, I have my own personality, and I can't, you know, I can't be stereotyped. At the same time, how safe it is as an upcoming actor to not stick to a script and bring my creativity on, because sometimes I'm scared that, you know, I'm new in this industry. You know, I want to follow the rules because I'm afraid that if I don't stick to the script, then the director will say, no, this person doesn't. You know, one of the things that I've read, I was once sent a script, and one of the, is it a rule or whatever, it says a person who can obey the instruction. You know, that was the requirement. You know, a person who is able to obey the instruction, to follow the instruction route. So I'm there now. I want to bring my creativity, but at the same time, I'm afraid that now I'm told to follow the instruction. So how safe it is for me as an upcoming actor to bring my creativity?
Yeah, you know, as an upcoming thespian, you know, actor, actress, you know, talent, for you to bring your own words and everything, né? It is like you walking in Hillbrow at 9 p.m. It is not safe. You know, it is not safe at all. Like, the best thing that you can do is to memorize that script, know that script, you know, and at least have that. If the director doesn't say you can do it, don't be that guy. Don't be like, Mina, I think this line goes. Then you are disrespecting me in my set. And remember, like with these harsh directors, sometimes they're just protecting their positions. Because now just imagine if I have to understand you and I've got 15 other actors that are seeing that I'm understanding you. Yeah. Then I'll have to understand 15 more actors on set. Yeah. That's a lot of job. Yeah. That is a lot of understanding to do, you know. So like, it is very safe for you as an upcoming actor, actress, thespian, to stick to the script, read the script, give the script time, you know, and then understand it. You know, I was once given the script. Hey, I was like, no, I'm busy, you know, I'm busy, I'll read this tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow, you know. Then now is the day before the shoot. Now I'm panicking. I'm like, oh, the script, I haven't read my script. What is my script about? I'm reading the script. In my mind, I think that, I got this. This is easy, man. I've witnessed this, you know. This is like a general, you know. Get on set. I can't even remember my first line. My first line, I don't remember. Like, do I say hello? Do I say shop? Do I talk about milk? You know, I forgot. You know why? And I got embarrassed because I'm like, yo, I'm a disappointment. And now the lady I was acting with as my wife, she's like, even making it obvious that I actually like, it's like, you don't know your lines. I'm like, hey, when I know my lines, shush. You know, shut up. I know my lines. So like, because she was annoyed. And I was so embarrassed. And then like the director says, let's take 10. He's giving me a chance. He can see. Then I'm looking for my script. And I'm like, I still read my lines. I still didn't understand them. I still forgot them.
And that will take me to my next question, Stay. You know, about forgetting, which will be my last question, because that's one of the most things that I've seen when people don't know their lines or forget their lines. So, you know, I was about to ask, what is the cause of, you know, such time when, because I have seen, as you have said, I have even seen the well-experienced actors forgetting the lines on set.
Yeah,
you know,
it happens,
and you are there thinking, oh, I think I'm the only person who can forget the script. But you see, this person has been experienced. They forget the lines. You know, they'll say cut, then they'll start again. Cut, no. You hear the director, no, mama, you didn't say this. You know, I've seen that. So what really makes one to sometimes forget? I think you have touched it maybe a little bit that you yourself read at the last minute. But what can be other things that will make you as an actor, actress, to forget the lines, and what can be done actually to eliminate that?
Yeah. Okay, like it could be a number of elements, right? Number one could be like poor preparation. Number two, like you like overthinking, because you like now on the you have to say this line, but you are on the third line where you have to punch her, you know, like you like I wanna get to that punching one till you forget the lines before those ones. And then number three, it could be you have crammed the script, and now this one is saying something that is not on that script, you know, so now you forget your lines. But to cap that, like, just give yourself time, man. Give yourself time with the script to respect your job. If you're saying acting is your job, like, respect that, you know, give it time. If you're shooting on Friday, you get the script on Monday, start from Monday. Don't say I'll start on Thursday or Wednesday. You know, start on Monday, read the script. Okay, this is what I do. I'll read first. Just go over the script, like understand and try to understand what is it about. Then I come back again, reading. Then now I'm analyzing the script. You know, there are phases of like reading. Like you don't just read the same way from day 1 to day 5. You know, yeah. So, but just do that because of time. Just do those for now. Give it time. You know, read to understand. Have phases of understanding. Maybe on day 4, day 5, you're just even going to the lines of the other actor. You know, to say, okay, he will say this, I will say that. Yeah.
That was very insightful. Thank you, Mr. Stay. Thank you so much. Maybe your last words to upcoming scriptwriters, actors, actresses. Just your last words, encouragement to them.
Okay, let me talk to them there. Yeah, guys, like watch lot of content, international, depending on whatever content you want to write about. Just watch a lot of that. You know, just like watch, get inspiration. You know, like stand out of your gate, if you're staying in cars or wherever you're staying, like stand out of the gate, watch people, get inspiration from whatever is happening around you. You know, you don't need to be writing about something you dreamt about or you heard from. It can be something that you're seeing. You could be seeing a child pulling a child with a box cut. You know, you could draw inspiration from that. So do that and write a lot of scripts. You can't just write one script and say you are a writer. Write a lot of scripts and until you pick your best scripts out of that. Even with one idea, you can write 3 different scripts. So that would be my advice.
Thank you so much, Mr. T. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching On Writing with Onkarabile, the show that is aiming to promote reading and writing in our communities. Please don't forget to subscribe to Nolu Unlimited Multimedia and share and like our